Welcome back to the PFBL, Mr. Clayton Pemberton. We'll start with questions. Any statements before?
Basically, I'd just like to say thanks, guys, for having me back. I'm very excited about the way this playoffs is unfolding, and I'm very excited about next season. I'm excited to get started with the off season. We got big plans for my franchise. I'm sure the 11 other people in this league also do. I think last year when I kind of gave up on you guys, it wasn't really me quitting, but more of me just feeling dejected and in a very low period in my life. But I appreciate the second chance I've been given in this league, and I'd just like to say thanks for that opportunity, and I'd like to open the floor to any questions.
Mr. Pemberton!
Over here.
Detroit Free Fest. Yes, I was wondering your thoughts on the commissioner, Mr. Don Vito, and his team, and the way he presented himself through this tough time that your team has had.
The commissioner's been great. We have a great rapport together. We hang out sometimes. We speak frequently on the phone. When he asked me to come back, I was a little sketchy at how I would be received by the rest of the league, but it was actually pretty well taken, and I'm just excited to be back and back part of the PFBL, because really I feel that truly this is a premier league, and hoping that I can add a little something to that. And as far as what do I think of the commissioner, I think he's a great leader. He's led us by example. He sets the standard for our league as far as competition goes. He's classy, and I just like to thank him also for letting me back here and giving me a second chance. And I got really nothing but good things to say about him. Yeah, over here.
Sean Temple from the Washington Post. Mr. Pemberton, who do you look to gun for next year?
I'm not saying that I really want to gun for anybody. Obviously, Miller and Spicer have really good teams. We're not sure yet who's going to win it all, but it's going to be one of those two. I'd like to first take baby steps. I'd like to take my team into the playoffs and hopefully deeper into the playoffs, but definitely my goal right now is not gunning for any one specific team, but just making the playoffs and improving year to year. Yeah.
Mr. Pemberton, you're on the back.
Yeah, over here.
Mr. Pemberton, this is Donald from the Flint Journal.
Yeah.
Just wondered who your favorite player was on your team, and then along with that, how do you feel about the fall of Andrei Kirilenko?
That's been I'd like to say that's one of the things that really contributed to my disappointment early in the season and what happened with me, eventually quitting. I'd say as far as fantasy goes, my favorite player has to be Ben Gordon. He's an up-and-comer. He's young. He's energetic. He's got a great long ball. He's versatile. He's a good defender. But as far as my favorite player to watch, I'd probably say Andrei Kirilenko. Certainly he's my favorite player. Defensive prowess, technical finesse. No, it doesn't get much better in the league than that. What else do you got here?
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Juan from the San Jose. I was just wondering, what are the strategies that you're going to use next year when you draft your players?
Well, first of all, I've got 3 solid keepers from what I can tell. Everybody's got really good, keepers in this league, and we got a lot of experience. So we got experienced managers who know what they're doing and how to build a successful franchise. As far as my strategy for next year, I'd have to say that scoring is certainly a point of emphasis for me over the summer. If I can't get something done in the trade, then I'll certainly look to be doing that as far as the draft goes. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to be drafting in the first round and later, but certainly I need a guy who can score, who can make free throws, and put some points on the board.
William Stryker,
Yeah,
from the Washington Chronicle. I was actually just wondering, under the circumstances this year, how is your attitude towards the league going to change with next year's, after all of that drama that's gone on with your team? How is this going to change?
I think my attitude towards the league will stay basically the same, which is that I respect the league, and I respect its managers. I've made some questionable decisions, but I mean, I've got a 5-year track record as far as fantasy goes. I'm a very capable, able manager, and I expect my team and the whole league to conduct themselves with the utmost class and dignity next year, just like they always have. Yeah. One more, just one more. Yeah, over here.
It's Gilbert. I was actually wondering, based on the performance of last year, the season, and the 3 keepers that we are allowing in the PFBL, how do you feel that your team ranks with the likes of other teams coming into next season? And then along with that, who has the strongest team coming in?
It's difficult to say. I think, barring injuries, players moving around with the NBA the way it is today, players move around so much that people's roles change. I think certainly Nathan Beauchamp's got 3 really good keepers with, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, and who's his 3rd keeper?
Vince Carter?
Vince Carter, yeah. But I mean, as far as where do I rank it in the league, I feel pretty confident about my keepers. I feel Jason Kidd can get 10, 10, and 10 any night. He's a triple-double machine. He's really the best triple-threat guy in the league. I feel very confident with Ben Gordon. He's a player who has increased his scoring average every year he's been in the league. I mean, he should be one of your premier scorers moving forward here. And Jermaine O'Neal, who is he's playing on a really tough team right here, and he's had some injury difficulties, but he is a premier shot blocker, good defender, good low post player, and his back to the basket, he's as good as anybody. So, yeah,
That's enough questions for now. Mr. Pemberton, any concluding remarks?
Once again, I'd just like to thank the Premier Fantasy Basketball League for having me back. I'd like to thank everybody around here for coming out for this press conference, and I'm just excited.